How much does a fast food meal really cost? Well, prices have gone up with inflation for sure. And prices have gone up with minimum wage increases and labor shortages. And that's fine with me. But it's still a bargain, right? Otherwise, over a third of Americans wouldn't be stopping for fast food every single day. And of course, we all love a bargain, but can you really afford a fast food meal? The real cost goes so far beyond the average price of the $6.70 that we spend there for a single meal. So, what does it really cost? Well, first off, any nutritional value that was present in the raw ingredients has been all but processed out. Then every meal is loaded with sugar and sodium and fat to make it more appealing and addictive. And what is the cost of all that? It's diabetes, heart disease, fatty liver, stroke. You may have already guessed where I was going with this, but the consequences are not so appetizing. But you're just stopping there just this once because of these special circumstances. Well, you're definitely in the minority then, because 80% of the US population eats at a fast food restaurant every single week. So let's look at the real cost of a fast food meal. And let's start with diabetes. 11.3% of the US population is diabetic, and another 38% is somewhere on the road to getting there, meaning that they're pre diabetic. And is that a coincidence? I've had women tell me they are type 2 diabetic because it runs in their family, and their doctor has told them that there is a genetic component to it. And I'm not arguing with that, but how much of it is the habits and the food choices and the environment that was passed on to you by your parents rather than the genes? So back in 1958, 1% of the population was diabetic. Type 2 diabetes hardly existed. And fast food restaurants hardly existed before the 1950s either. And I'm not here to tell you that life was so good then and it's so horrible now or anything like that. They had different problems that we don't have now. But the thing is, we have control over these problems. And I want you to be aware of them so that you can be aware of the choices that you're making. And so, back to my comment, fast food restaurants hardly existed before the 50s. McDonald's opened in 1948, but of course, those restaurants were few and far between and nothing like what we see everywhere today. And I have to say, of course, correlation does not prove causation, but the way our parents or our grandparents or whoever ate back in the 50s is a far cry from the food landscape that we have with us here today. So, what is the yearly monetary cost of type 2 diabetes. If you have good insurance, you can expect to spend about $6,000 to $7,000 per year out of pocket for the medications and the doctor visits and all those other things that go along with it. And then there are complications, which make it even more expensive. Neuropathy. It hurts to walk because it feels like your feet are on fire or you're walking on needles. Ouch. Diabetic retinopathy, where your eyesight starts to diminish and you might even go blind. You might have to go on disability because you can no longer do your job or even drive a car. Yikes. What's the cost of that? And those are just a couple of the costs of diabetes. There is an increased risk of kidney disease, which can lead to having to go on dialysis. And somewhere around 1 in 3 people with diabetes and 1 in 5 people with high blood pressure, that is another huge problem that is often obesity related. Though 1 in 3, 1 in 5 have kidney disease, according to the CDC. And the monetary cost of dialysis is enormous. But the cost to the dialysis patient personally and emotionally and socially is far, far greater. And my husband, Ross, was definitely in the minority among dialysis patients in not being diabetic. And the healthcare professionals that he dealt with in the whole realm of dialysis and kidney failure were always a bit surprised when we told them that he was not diabetic. But I can tell you that the toll on both of us that his kidney failure caused was beyond measure. And just trust me, it's not a road that anyone would choose to go down. So obesity, coronary artery disease, atherosclerosis, and all those scary words have real life consequences. And of course, they aren't caused by fast food. I'm not making fast food the villain here, but they're caused by our tiny, seemingly insignificant daily choices. And our daily choices are strongly influenced by our surroundings, our habit patterns, our upbringing, our thought patterns, all those things. But it doesn't have to be that way. We can choose a different path for ourselves. And if you'd like to break free from your automatic, pre-programmed responses that have you making less than optimal choices for yourself, then you need to watch my free masterclass. And you can do so by clicking the link somewhere in the proximity of this video. And then let me know what you think. I'm here ready to talk to you and ready to help you change your life. All right. Take care. Thanks for watching, and I will see you soon. Bye.